How you doing, everybody? This is the video tutorial on how to use our RGBAW 10mm bulb LED par cans. Again, this is a 5-color LED light fixture. You have red, green, blue, amber, and white. And the number of LEDs total is 198 LEDs. Of those, 45 are red, 39 are green, 39 are blue, 45 are amber or yellow, and 30 of them are white. And it's important that you have those white LEDs in there, because if you want a pure white, a lot of times RGB cans can kind of give a little bit of a blue tint or a blue cast. I mean, you really have to kind of adjust your colors. Having white LEDs definitely makes it a little bit easier to get a pure white. Now, when you first get the light, as you can see, it is in sound active mode, and the controls on this are very similar to our other par cams. So let's go through them right now. You see on the back here we have our 4-button LCD display, which is labeled menu, minus, plus, and enter. DMX out, DMX in, power out, and power in for daisy chaining the power. So let's start off hitting our menu button. First thing we come to is address, hit enter, and here's where you can set your DMX address anywhere from 1, and if I go backwards, up to 512. That's your starting address. So that's where your light would start on your DMX chain. So let's hit enter. The next menu we see is CHND. Now this is for the number of channels when you're operating the light in DMX mode. This particular light has 3-channel, which would just be RGB red, green, blue, 5-channel, which would be red, green, blue, amber, and white, and 12-channel, which would give you control over all of those colors, plus dimming, plus strobe, plus a bunch of pre-built programs and shows that are built into the light. And you can see the DMX chart on the manual to see those different channels and what they correspond to. So we're keeping it in 12-channel mode. So let's go back here. There we are, 12-channel mode, hit enter. Our next menu item is SLND, and that stands for master or slave mode. You can see we're in master. Hit the up or the plus or minus buttons to set it in different modes. We have master, slave 1, and slave 2, and we're going to keep that on master. And slave 1 and slave 2, if you have everything hooked up daisy chained together, you have one light as a master and you have, say, 10 lights you want them to do what this light does. They're all on slave 1. Then you set the 13th light, say for example, as your another master, and you want the lights after that to behave and do what that light does, you would set them to slave 2. Alright, now let's move on. Next menu is SHND, just like our other RGB cans. Let's hit enter. Sound active mode, which we're in right now. Hit the plus button. Next thing we see is color. Hit enter. And here you can scroll through the built-in colors. Number 1 is red, color 2 is green, 3 is blue, 4 is amber, 5 is white, and then after that we mix colors, and just so you can see the white LEDs there. I don't know if you can make that out. They're all around the outside edge here. And there are a total of 31 different pre-built programs, pre-built colors into the fixture. And 31, again, I don't know if you can make this out, 31, every single color is on, red, green, blue, amber, and white. So you're going to get a really bright, true white when you use that setting. And the last item in SHND in the color menu, after program 31, is auto. Now auto, the colors are just going to snap from color to color. Alright, let's go back. Okay, after color, we have STCO. Let's hit enter. And that's going to stand for your strobe rate. Starting at 0, you're getting about 1 flash every, I'd say every second. And then as we increase this, the flashing is going to go faster and faster all the way up to a value of 255. Let's set that back to 0. back into our menu. Alright, our next item is fade. Fade, basically just as it implies, you're going to fade from one color into another color. And you're going to set your speed. When you're in fade, you see SP, it says SP3. The speed, SP is speed, and the higher the number goes, all the way up to 8, the higher the number, the slower the fades. If you put it on 1, SP1, the fades happen about one fade between colors every second. So that's your fades. Let's go back to menu. So that's for SHND. You have sound, you have color, you have STCO, which is your strobe rate, you have fade. Okay? Now let's go back again. Back to our original menu, SLND, SHND. Now our next item we're going to go to is manual. Hit enter. You'll see red. Hit enter. And it's at 255. Now all the lights are going to be on in manual. But I'm going to just show you here. If I want to turn the reds off, go up to 0. And now if you can see, and I don't know if you can make this out in a video, but the reds are off now because I set them to 0. Now I can dial that up to 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 255 to set the intensity of my reds. And that's good if you want to do color mixing, you're not using a DMX controller, and you want to preset these at home and then bring them to the show, and you need a certain shade, certain color. Well, you can achieve that color if it's not pre-built into the light. Say for example you have a purple built into the light but it's a little too light or a little too dark. You can go into the manual menu and you can adjust each color. Red, there's green, there's blue, amber, and white. And you can go into each color and from 0 to 255 increase or decrease the brightness of each color to mix and match and get the exact hue, shade, or color that you're looking for. So that's manual mode. Test, hit enter. Test is going to show the different colors. It's cycling through. You'll see red, there's all the colors, red, green, blue, amber, white, and all the colors. And it's just going to keep cycling. That way you can see that everything is working, that all the bulbs are working. So it's just a self-test. Okay. FHR5, that's going to show the fixture hours. Okay. This fixture has 55 hours on it. Now when you get your fixtures from us, no fixture is ever going to show 0 hours. The reason being is that these are turned on in the factory where they're made, and they're left on for at least usually 24 hours to make sure nothing burns out, make sure there are no defects. So that's FHR5. And then we're back to address. So there's all the menu items to manually control your light. And in DMX mode, you can set the different channels. Refer to the DMX chart if you're creating a fixture profile, example if you're using Martin Light Jockey or Freestyler, or if you're using a hardware controller, again refer to your DMX chart and assign your fixture faders accordingly. This is Mike from Lumen Lights, and this concludes this tutorial on the RGBAW Slim Parcan.